Good evening, dear subscribers. Welcome to our channel, a channel that is a powerhouse of literature. So today I'm going to look at Act 1, Scene 2 of The Samaritan. I'm Alfred Omwenga, a teacher of English and Literature at St. Charles Lwanga Girls National School. I'm an examiner and an author. So in Scene 2 of The Samaritan, I'll call it an emergency meeting. The mayor convenes an emergency meeting in his boardroom to deliberate on ways out of the current crisis. So the crisis we are talking about is the Samaritan app, which has given him fear because it is going to expose their corrupt dealings in Maracas municipality. So it has brought him a lot of fear that he has decided not to launch it, as we saw in Act 1. So he does not, in Act 1, Scene 1, he refuses to launch the app because he fears that the app is going to expose him and his government because of corruption. All the newspapers' headlines describe the mayor and his fellow Maracas municipality officials as criminals. That is on page 21. For example, if you look at the Caribbean Watch headline, it states municipal leadership a criminal enterprise. Then we have the Sentinel, municipal leaders stripped naked. Then we have the Insight, rot in Maracas Municipal Council exposed. Then number 4, we have the Spotlight, municipal leaders face imprisonment. So we can see the role of the media, which is acting as a watchdog. So the main theme here is the role of the media and its role as a watchdog. Then we can also continue to say that the officials present have been specifically selected because their departments are the most culpable. The leaders desperately hunt for elusive measures to counter the serious allegations raised on the Samaritan app. These officials, including mayor, are ignorant in matters technology and have to rely on Harvester, who explains the information being shared in the form of text, file, picture, and video. So we can see again another theme of ignorance, especially by Mayor Mosi, who lack knowledge in matters technology and even the other officials. The aim of the app is to promote the public good by exposing corruption and other vices in the municipality and agitating for the prosecution of the culprits. That's on page 23. Again, we can see the role of the Samaritan app, that its aim is to promote public good by exposing corruption and other atrocities in the municipality. So that is the role of the Samaritan app, the role that it's going to play in the municipality. Then Seymour suggests that those posting the information should be isolated and bribed, but he is reminded that the number could be very big and impossible actually to bribe them. So that's what we see. Again, we see a theme of corruption through Seymour, who suggests that they bribe these people who are posting information on the Samaritan app. The mayor informs the group that the information shared on the app is authentic because it appears to be meticulously researched and the assault by the media carefully choreographed. That's on page 24. Some of the accusations are grave in nature. Well, the latest sensation is the public outcry over companies that bill the municipal council huge sums of money every month without rendering any service. That is supplying air. That's on page 24. Thanks to the Samaritan, the details are in the public domain, hence finding their way to the press. Again, we can see another instance of corruption in the municipal, where we have people who are billing the municipal a lot of money for supplying air. So we can see that on page 24. The worst part is the personal details of the officials listed on the app, which include where they live, their houses, their businesses, the vehicles they drive, their other property, and when it was acquired. So you can see. For example, Bembe owns the Madingo Golf Club, which is naturally beyond his means and has been keeping it confidential. Wonders how this was found out. So once we read ahead and see that actually the Madingo Golf Club is on the Maracas University, a land that Bembe was sold by Ramdai. As we read the text, we shall unravel that. Then as we proceed, lawyers have formed lobby groups calling on volunteers to bear witness against the officials. The situation is rapidly getting worse. They'll petition the local government minister, the Prime Minister, and the Chief Justice to take action. Justice Jaden confirms that online allegations can still form a strong basis for prosecution and conviction so long as there exist valid documents to support them. Speculation on whether they hacked into the Samaritan is dismissed as unworkable, and any other move would be highly illegal and discovered. The leaders resort to safety in numbers, that is working together as a team. The mayor says, we all have some skeletons in our closets, your lordship. I mean here and there. We must work together on page 29. That's on page 29. So the skeleton here is a metaphor of corruption. We all have some skeletons in our closets, your lordship. I mean here and there. We must work together. So you can see he's urging the other members that they work together so that they can get out of the problem or the crisis. Besides, they cannot find the funds required for hefty bribes should they be presented with an opportunity to bribe anybody. They are virtually broke. Bembe says, I'm as broke as a church mouse. That's on page 31. Mayor Mosi opposes the idea of obtaining money from municipal treasury to cover up their cases. That will lead directly to him as he bears the greatest responsibility, or the buck stops with him. Teddy and Seymour are exerting pressure on Mayor to help them get out of the crisis. Don't start pontificating. You will never get away with the crimes committed under your watch if things get out of hand. That's on page 34. So you can see Teddy and Seymour resorting to intimidation and even blackmail so that Mayor can actually come into their rescue. Teddy adds, yes, we helped you get elected and we can get rid of you. That's page 35. This nearly degenerates into a fight and Bembe has to intervene. The mayor accuses Teddy and Seymour thus, you senseless thieves, you were elected just the other day as poor and jigger-infested hoodlums. Now you are living like kings, page 35. So you can see the metamorphosis of these leaders, that is Teddy and Seymour, who are just very poor. But now they are really swimming in money, in affluency, because of corruption. That's on page 35. They respond to Mayor Mosi, and you will ultimately take responsibility for the rot in the municipality. There is no way you can deliver us to prison. That's on page 36. Again, we can see they resort to intimidation in order to frighten Mayor to actually accede to their demands. Thank you, viewers. Continue subscribing to our channel and learn more. Thank you.